Good night. I've done this before, but it's been a while. Good evening, everyone. I'm Sherry Danzig, and I'm a little spacey here, I guess. So we're here for Monday Wellness Stories, and I'm delighted for you to be here, whether you're in person or you're listening after the fact. We share every Monday great stories that are personal stories about our experiences with these fabulous technologies that are here to support, to provide, help your body have more energy, provide more better rest, better recovery. So they're really phenomenal products, and it's all about creating a wellness environment where you live, where you spend time. So we're going to start. Tonight's focus is about magnetic technology. If you're listening to this and you hear a name of a product or something that you don't understand, we're not going to explain the technologies tonight. So definitely get back to the person that invited you and let them fill in the gaps to help you understand about what these products, what they are, and what they can do for you. Um, Anyhow, we're going to just jump in here and start with Lynn. Lynn's going to share a story about magnets.
Good evening. My name is Lynn. I'm speaking to you from Canada. I of course, live in a wellness home, but recently I've experienced what we call vertigo, or very much dizziness, that it was so bad one morning when I woke up. I literally had to hold onto the walls in my house to be able to walk straight and not fall over. It just happened to be not an unusual condition for me, but I've not experienced it for a long time. I used to. And it's something that's mechanical in our inner ear, and really there is no medical help for that condition. I was lucky that it was controlled for that long. And this last incident really was affecting me in a big way, that I was not able to drive one day because it's not safe. So I forgot, but I remember from before, I took the small minis that we have, those little tiny magnetics, and I taped it right at the back of my ears, on the part that's right, that bony part of your ear. And I taped it for a while. Even you can shower with them. And literally, probably couple hours, I can call it dizziness or unsteadiness on my feet has reduced probably by 60%. After wearing them for a couple days, I was almost back to normal, which means unless I did all of a sudden a movement with my head from one position or one side. And it was just amazing how much those little magnetics made a difference back here, because there's really nothing else that you can do for situations such as that. Thank you.
Thanks, Lynn. Yeah, I had a similar situation. I've never had vertigo before. I've never had that kind of dizziness. And I woke up with it, and I put wristbands on both hands because I know that's something that people do if they have, like, if they're seasick. And that made a huge difference for me.
This was so bad, you wouldn't want to know in the morning. I was
Yeah.
sick to my stomach how
Yeah.
bad this vertigo is. So those little tiny things.
Tiny little things. That makes sense. To put it back behind the ear. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
But
that's where your
everybody has to
acupuncture points are too.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Good to know. I had the insoles in my shoes and I put them on my wrist, and I felt definitely better from the morning until the afternoon, but that's a great suggestion. Okay, we're going to jump on to the ladies in St. Louis. Renee, do you want to start? You got to unmute though.
I am. I'm trying. I was trying. It wasn't working. Hello. So I'm Renee, and I just want to talk about we had one of our presentation, and I had invited a young lady to come. And the young lady was more concerned. She said she had a lot of different issues going on with her, but she was more concerned about her mom. And so she was looking over at the different products, and she called her mom to see if her mom would be interested. And her mom was, and she was like, how could she see them or try them? So her mom didn't stay far from here. So her mom came over, and she was barely able to come down the steps or anything because she was having issues with her leg and from her lower back on down. And so she came down and she had a seat. And so we put on the back magnet on her. She had a seat for a while. She was drinking, enjoying tea and everything. And at the end of the day, she didn't, she was like, oh, I feel something. I feel something. And she said, and then she stood up. She wasn't able to stand up real fast. And all of a sudden she stood up as she had the back magnet and the belt on. And she stood up real fast. And her daughter say, you ain't never been able to do that before. You normally have to struggle to get up. And she was able to stand up. And then she leaned forward to tap her shoe. And so she was still sitting there enjoying herself and kept saying, oh, this doing something to my body. It's doing something to my body. And so the weather was getting bad, and I told everybody, I said, the weather is bad, we have to leave. And so her daughter was ordering the belt and the back magnet for her mom. And the mom was like, she said, do I have to take it off? I said, yeah. I said, well, we ordering you. She said, I gotta leave it. I can't take it with me. And so since the items were new and she really wanted, we went on and let her take the items with them and just got the ones that was ordered through her daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And the daughter has told me that her mom is still enjoying herself and not experiencing any discomfort at this moment.
That's wonderful. Yeah. Yep. It's hard to, there have been times where people they get mad at me because I take them back. I'm like, I'm just loaning them to you. And they're like, no. I'm like, well.
Yeah, she did. She said, no, I can't wear it home.
Yeah. I remember one time I had somebody, I pulled up in my car and the kids were in the driveway and they're like, no, she's coming to take the products away. I'm like, I'm going to talk to your mom and dad. They're going to get them for you. But anyhow, people love our products. Yes. Shirley, did you have a story you wanted to share as well?
Yes, I wanted to share. My son and daughter-in-law live in California, and when I was there in December, I left before Christmas, but I had put everybody's gift in their bag, and my son had a really bad accident actually when he was in high school, and his back has always hurt him really bad. So I got a Magflex, and that was one of his gifts. I didn't give him the belt, and I have to tell you all, I was telling him he has to buy his own belt, and he was like, you gave me half of the gift. But I said, you're gonna have to buy your own belt. But he's been really exercising, losing a lot of weight. So I didn't hear from him. So I decided to call. And I said, Ronald, are you even using the thing that I gave you? He said, Mama, my back doesn't bother me at all. He said, Tish has been using it, my daughter-in-law. I said, nobody said anything. So I had a hard time getting her. She's going to school because they're getting ready to actually they have a daycare, but they're getting ready to do a lot of daycares. Mm-hmm. So I talked to her. She said, I went on Amazon trying to order another one. I said, Tish, this is your mother-in-law. She called me mother in love. This is your mother in love. You know that I sell them. She was like, I didn't know where Ronald got it from. I said, he got it from me. So to make a long story short, she said, I'm telling you, she said, I've been sleeping with it, everything. She said, I've been taping it on so I explained everything to her. But she said, do you know how bad my dad's back is? She said, when are you coming here? So I know everybody calls it the back magnet. It really works. She's in love with it. She said, but I want to have another one because she misplaced it, but she did find it. But she loved it. She said it really, really helps her. So I plan to have some business partners in California because there's several people there that have bad backs.
You know what? They're all over the world. People with bad backs are all over the world. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, that's wonderful, ladies. Well, we're going to keep this short and sweet as we like to do. So tune back in next Monday night where we'll have more stories that will delight you and rock your world.
Okay.
Think about people that you know that you can invite so that more people need to know about what we have to offer. We don't want to keep this the best kept secret, do we? This is information people really need to know. All right, have a good night.